options out there that do perform very well. Now, this is the stock trader that we're talking about. Stock trader looks at additional information from the mutual fund trader, but still generates a buy and sell signal based upon that historical price information. Now, for both the stock and the mutual fund trader, be sure to keep in mind that the systems do not take short trades. Okay, they do not take a short trade on an equity. So it's either going to buy and go up, or it's going to stay out of the trade. So you don't have to worry about the short selling rules and limitations there. Here's an example of the stock trader and what we did in 2009. Now, here is just a few examples. We've got this same a longer version of this particular performance report on the website. The thing to keep in mind is that 2009 was a great year for the stock market, no doubt. There were a lot of stocks that were up. The important point to remember is that while the stock market was up, we were up as much or even more in most cases. We did very well trading a number of different stocks that you can see here. If you go down to about the middle of the list, the F there for Ford made 286% profit on Ford. And so let's just take a look. We're going to go to the pointer. And with Ford here, hopefully everybody can see the cursor, we made a 286% return on investment. And 50% of our trades were successful. The ones that were not, we only had a drawdown of about 4%. AIG, another good one that we started off the year and made a few trades there. We had 100% of all of our trades went in our favor. We had 0% drawdown with AIG. PFG, 150%. We had 3 trades. 2 of the 3 were successful. The other one lost about 10%, but the others made up for it and had a net positive 150%. And so that turned out to be very well. What I wanted to go through and show you is that similar to mutual fund trader, you want to avoid stocks with high volatility and cyclical price action. And simply, how do you tell which ones? How do you know which ones to trade? This is the question that my mother is constantly asking, and I finally believe I have her understanding that we are not looking for stocks that are trending very well now. We are looking for stocks that historically have done well with the system and also show low volatility and not very much cyclical nature to their price standpoint. To do that, we simply use the strategy analyzer to put together a basket or a group of stocks that we watch. And I want to go through and show that right now. So let me go through here. Okay, this is the, let me sort of move it down a little bit here. This is the Ninja Trader Control Center window. If you take a look at it, this is we'll all recognize this as the main window for Ninja Trader whenever it starts up. To pick the stocks that I want to go to and take a look at is very easy. I'll go to File and New, and at the very bottom is what we call the Strategy Analyzer. Okay? What this is going to do, and let me start projecting the Strategy Analyzer window for us. What the Strategy Analyzer window does is it shows you the performance of a particular strategy on, let's say, a basket of stocks. One of the ones that you can do is, for example, let's see how the, and I don't know the answer to this, so we're about to find out here together. Let's take a look at the Strategy Analyzer together. Let's see how our stock trader would have done against the Dow 30. To do this, you select the Dow 30. We're going to select the B for back test. Select the stock trader strategy. Now we want to change it because we don't want to run it on minute data. We're going to run it on the 1-day data. And we're just simply going to take the default here of January 1st of this year through basically yesterday. We'll click OK, and you can see that NinjaTrader is going out and pulling off the historical information from the Yahoo Financial Server, and it is analyzing the performance on each of the stocks in the Dow 30. We'll get a little blip here in a minute. Sometimes if the Yahoo servers have missing information, it will generate a little error. You just click OK and it'll go on with the rest of them. What it will do is it will pull up the data from every single one of those stocks, apply the stock trader performance to it, and it will then put it together in the stock or the strategy analyzer window. What we can see, the best one performing is our good friend C, I believe that's Citibank. So far this year, we had one trade that earned about 19%. You also had BA that earned a little over 10.5%. GE earned another 10%. These are all on one trade. 100% of those were successful. Well, you can also, if you just click in each one of these categories, you can, for example, sort it by stock name, by ascending or descending amount. What I like to do is sort it by cumulative amount. Now, if you click it again, it will show you our worst performing one, KO, which I believe is Coke. We had one trade and we lost 4.5%. That would have been our worst trade all year out of the Dow 30. You can do the very same thing for the NASDAQ stocks. In a recovery, technology stocks tend to do very well. You can see here in